Does it make a significant difference? I don't think so.
You can lower it now.
Yeah.
Is it better?
Little bit. Sorry for this.
No, that's all right. Okay, that's better.
So, Narmada is the biggest river of Gujarat in terms of the amount of water it brings. And again, as you all know, the Sardar Sarovar Dam is being built as it enters Gujarat, which is submerged huge parts of Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra also. Same is Tapi. There are a number of these smaller rivers in South Gujarat: Mindola, Purna, Ambika, Vanki, Auranga, the Vapi, Par, Kullak, Damanganga. Some of them are medium size, some of them are smaller rivers. Most of the rivers of Kutch and Saurashtra, almost all of them dry up in the summer. The river which originates in the central Saurashtra in the Chotita region flow to the south into all sides into the desert of Gujarat. Only the Aji, the Machu and Brahmani are northward flowing rivers. The rivers originated in the Girnar and the Gir, namely the Ojat, the Kamb, the Surek, the Somal, the Songwada, the Hirni, the Kapila, and the Saraswati. They all flow into the sea. The Kutch has many small rivers. Those flowing in the north disappear into the desert, while those flowing other direction go into the sea. The Khari flowing into the Bhuj meets the desert, and Megh and Tara empty their waters in the Gulf of Kembe. This is the, again, sorry you can't read it, but this is the river basin map of Gujarat. It can't be made bigger than this screen, but we have tried to give different river basins here by colors. According to the Central Water Register of large dams, now what are the, looking at the rivers, as we all know, the biggest threat for existence of a river are large dams. In India, there is no law that requires that if river is a perennial and if it is dammed, the river must be allowed to have some flow all around the year. There is no law that requires that. You can completely dry up the river. And that's why dams are the biggest threat for the existence of rivers. So I'm trying to look at the large dams in that context. Large dams are Gujarat is the third largest dam building state of India after Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra. There are 665 large dams, including 68 under construction. 122 are more than 50 years old. And one of the worst large dam disaster of India happened in Gujarat when Morbi Dam burst in 1979. So here I have tried to show some of the basins in more detail. This is the Looni Basin, which starts from Rajasthan, and then as the river enters Gujarat, it enters straight away into the desert area and disappears in the desert. These are some of the Bhadar and some other rivers of South Saurashtra, including Setrunji, which is the biggest river of Saurashtra actually, besides Bhadar. Rest of them are smaller. This is the Sabarmati River Basin. It starts in Rajasthan and then enters Gujarat. It flows by Gandhinagar and Ahmedabad. So Gandhinagar is the new capital, Ahmedabad is the old capital. But in Ahmedabad there is this Sabarmati riverfront development that has happened. Gandhinagar, if you go to, you will still see dry river bed there. Because the river has been dammed, the Rui Dam is there just where it enters Gujarat. This is the Mahi River Basin, which is the third largest river basin of Gujarat. Very large part of it is in Rajasthan river basin, and some part is also in Madhya Pradesh. And as you can see, as the river enters Gujarat, they have built a huge dam, Kadana, which actually also submerges a small part of Rajasthan. And so downstream from Kadana, Mahi becomes a seasonal stream. Only in monsoon you will find some water. Rest of the year there is no water. The Panam tributary which enters it from south, that also has been dammed. There is a Panam dam on it. Similarly on Anas there is a dam. There is in the south you can see the Dadar river near part of near the Vadodara, and again that has also been dammed, which is a separate river. This is the Narmada Basin. Again, of course, there are a large number of dams planned in Narmada Basin, 30 large, 125 medium, and more than 3,000 small ones. Significant number of has already been built or under construction. The Sardar Sarovar Dam, where you can see as the river enters Gujarat, there is where it is written RBPH is Riverbed Powerhouse of Sardar Sarovar. This is the map we had prepared for hydropower projects. So RBPH is Riverbed Powerhouse, and that's where the dam is, Sardar Sarovar, and submergence goes into Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh in the upstream. It has a 214 kilometer long reservoir, which is submerging 248 villages, more than 2.5 lakh people. This is the Tapi Basin. Again, you can see as the river enters Gujarat, it's been dammed. After that, it becomes a seasonal river. And it also faces dam-induced floods, as it happened in 2006, as I'll just shortly describe. There are also dams, a couple of dams in Maharashtra in the upstream. The groundwater, as everywhere else in India, there is an increasing use but falling levels. And Gujarat has also a particularly bad problem of quality of groundwater, particularly fluoride affected areas in large number of areas. The tube wells and open wells in North Gujarat pump out up to 3,000 million cubic meters of groundwater are against replenishment of 2,400 MQM. So annual deficit is 600, and this is old figure. Now it is increased. The levels in North Gujarat, particularly this region, has gone in Mehsana particularly, has gone up to 1,200, 1,500, 2,000 feet below groundwater level. The direct cost of groundwater depletion to the economy is 300 crores just in that one region, according to one IWMI estimate. About 90% of the irrigation in Gujarat actually comes from groundwater. Excessive groundwater use has led to increasing salinity ingress in coastal area. This is very serious problem in Saurashtra area. Out of 223 talukas, this is again an old figure, 2004 figure, which is now gone worse. 31 taluks were overexploited, 12 critical, and 42 semi-critical, and most of them were in North Gujarat and Saurashtra and Kutch. 80% of the state's total canal irrigated area falls in 20% of the talukas. Mostly in central Gujarat and some in south Gujarat. There have been a lot of reports about the groundwater decline. The rate of decline could be in extreme cases, up to 9 feet per year in some cases. It has happened, in fact, last 10 years Gujarat has been fortunate. There has been a relatively wet period. And in fact, Gujarat has actually achieved more than 10% of agricultural growth rate in this period. There are many reasons for that. One of them is that this is a wet period. There have been studies which show that actually big canal-based irrigation is not the reason, but there are other reasons, and one can go into that discussion later on. And there has been a huge electricity subsidy. Energy use appears to have increased over the last 2 decades without matching increase in irrigated area. So there has been a lot of studies by Tushar Shah, by IWMI and others on groundwater irrigation. There has been some positive movement in recent years in the sense that Gujarat has actually separated the rural and urban of electricity feeders and assured rural users 8 hours of electricity, which has actually helped in some cases in reducing the water use. Because when the farmers don't have assurance of getting certain hours of water, they tend to just misuse it, the groundwater, put the pumps on because they don't know when it will come and so on. But when they are assured, they are tend to use it more economically. But there again, of course, it's highly subsidized, the electricity use.